Morning, guys. Welcome to my channel. Once again, today is Saturday, the 17th day of May, the year 2025. And as always, I have some well analyzed matches for you. So, guys, before I provide you with the matches I have for today, let's really take a look at yesterday's results. So, as you can see on the screen, yesterday the result was very good, as you can see. I provided five matches with a total of 5.79 odds, and they were all very successful. Aston Villa vs Tottenham, my prediction was over 8.5 corners. Chelsea vs Manchester United over 8.5 corners. Levant vs Albacete, Levant to win at full time. Al Fateh vs Al Hilal to win at full time. Slash Kroklo vs Jajalonia, both teams to score, and they were all very successful. So guys, make sure you show your support to this channel by liking my videos and subscribing to this channel if you have not done so. This channel is one of the best, as you can see. We win big odds here, something you don't find in other channels. Okay, day before yesterday we won about 8 point something odds, and today again 5.7 odds. So this is a very unique channel, and to show your support you have to like my videos, subscribe to it, share it to your friends so they can also become part of this great channel. So guys, that was that for yesterday. Today is another day, and I have taken my time to come up with very good and well analyzed matches for you. So let's see how we can win this once again. So the first match, as you can see here, is from the England FA Cup final. It's a game involving Crystal Palace and Manchester City. My prediction here is Manchester City to win the final at 1.47 odds. So here we give the advantage to Manchester City. They're a better team with quality players compared to Crystal Palace. And Manchester City has not won anything this season. So this is an opportunity for them to get a trophy for themselves. So they want to do everything possible to make sure they hold on to this trophy. And that's why my prediction here is Manchester City to win the final at 1.47 odds. Looking at their data here, we can see that the head-to-head record involving these two teams, Manchester City has always dominated. Now, talking about their current form here, we see here that Crystal Palace, talking about the FA Cup matches they've been involved in, Crystal Palace has been doing well. The last three FA Cup matches, they've won all three. And then when we look at Manchester City, the last three too, you see that they've won all. So this match, we Manchester City has advantage. I mean, they have the quality compared to Crystal Palace. They're a better team with experience compared to Crystal Palace. So they want to use the experience they've had to win this final at 1.47 odds. Next, we have this one from the Armenian Premier League. It's a game involving Punic and Ararat Armenia. My prediction for this match is over 1.5 goals at 1.22 odds. So here we go with the goal market, and we expect these two teams to produce goals. They always produce goals every time they meet, and today we expect them to do the same. So we should expect to see up to two goals here at 1.22 odds. Looking at their data, we can see here that Punic are fourth on the table, Ararat are eighth on the table, and then when you look at the head-to-head between these two teams, you can see that goals have always been produced almost every time, as you can see. Now, talking about their current form here, you can see that Punic, their last season matches, they've won just once, lost four times, and drew once. And you can see that they score and concede so many goals at home. Now, looking at Arat Yerevan away from home, we can see here that the last six away matches, they won two times, drew once, and lost three. And you can see that they score and concede so many goals here. So, these two teams are very good in goal scoring, and they should be able to score over 1.5 goals here at 1.22 odds. Next, we have this one from the Slovenia Liga. It's a game involving Olimpija and Radomje. My prediction for this match is Olimpija to win at full time at 1.22 odds. So here I give the Olimpija the advantage because they need this. This is a must win for Olimpija. For them to win the title, they need to win this match, and I believe they want to win so they can celebrate their title victory at home. So I go with Olympia to win at full time at 1.22 odds. Looking at their data here, you can see that Olympia are first on the table, Radomje are eighth on the table. And now when you look at the head-to-head between these two teams, you can see that Olympia has always been dominating. They've had 83% win record against Radomje. Now, talking about their current form here, we can see that Olympia, their last six home matches, they've won four times, drew once, and lost once. And then when we look at Radomje away from home, we can see that these guys struggle a lot whenever they play away from home. Their last six away matches, they won just once, drew once, and lost four times. Now, let's take a look at their standings on the table. So you can see here that Olympia are first on the table with 70 points. Maribo are second with 66 points. Okay, so it's just 6 points, sorry, it's just 4 points separating them. So a victory for Olympia today, they will win this title. So they want to do everything possible to make sure they pick three maximum points that will help them win the title. So that's my prediction here. It's Olympia to win at full time at 1.22 odds. Next, we have this one from the Scotland Premier League. It's a game involving Hibernian and Rangers. My prediction for this match is over 2.5 goals at 1.52 odds. So here we go with the goal market. These two teams are very good in goal scoring. Hibernian scores a lot. Rangers also do the same. So we expect to see at least three goals here at 1.52 odds. Looking at their data here, we can see that Hibernian are third on the table, Rangers are second on the table. And then we look at the head-to-head between these two teams. You can see here that goals have always been produced almost every time these two teams meet. They always score lots and lots of goals. Now, talking about their current form here, we can see that Hibernian, whenever they play at home, these guys have been in a very wonderful form, as you can see. The last six home matches, they've won all six and they've scored an average of 2 to 3 goals per match. Now, looking at Rangers away from home, we can also see that Rangers are equally doing well away from home. The last six away matches, they won four times and drew two times, and they've scored and conceded so many goals away from home. So we expect to see lots of goals in this match. These two teams are very, very good in goal scoring, and they should be able to produce at least 2.5 goals here at 1.52 odds. Next, we have this one from the German Bundesliga. It's a game involving St. Pauli at Bochum, Bushum. My prediction for this match is St. Pauli to win or draw a bit at 1.27 odds. So this is a relegation battle, right? Because St. Pauli are fighting hard to see how they can stay in the Bundesliga. Bochum has already been relegated, so they don't have anything they're playing for. But St. Pauli needs this match. Only 1 point is enough to ensure their survival. So I believe they want to do everything possible to ensure they get the needed points to stay in the Bundesliga. So that's what my prediction here is St. Pauli to draw a bit at 1.27 odds. Looking at their data here, we can see that St. Pauli are 14th on the table, Bochum are 18th on the table. The head-to-head shows Bochum has won three times and the other fixtures ended in a draw. Now, looking at their current form here, we can see that St. Pauli, their last six home matches, they've won once, drew two times, and lost three times. And when you look at the losses, St. Pauli's losses at home, you can see that they're all against very tough teams. The loss to Stuttgart, Borussia Dortmund, and Freiburg, these are very tough teams. Now, looking at Bochum away from home, you see here that the last six away matches, Bochum has won just once, drew three times, and lost two times. Now, let's take a look at their standings on the table. So you can see here that Bochum are 18th and they've already been relegated, as you can see. Now, St. Pauli are 14th on the table and they need just 1 point. 1 point is enough to ensure their survival here. So I believe they want to do everything possible to make sure they get at least 1 point in this match to ensure that they survive and stay in the Bundesliga. So that's what my prediction here is St. Pauli to win or draw no bet at 1.27 odds. Finally, for today, we have this one from the Portugal Liga. It's a game involving Braga and Benfica. My prediction here is Benfica to win or draw a bit at 1.26 odds. So this is going to be another very tough match for Benfica, right? And a very important match for them because a victory for them here will ensure they lift the trophy. Even if the match ends in a draw, I believe Benfica will still win the trophy. So it's a very important match. They need to avoid defeat against Braga for them to win the Portugal Liga title. So my prediction here is Benfica to win or draw a bet at 1.26. Or let's take a look at the data. So looking at their data here, sorry guys, I did pull up the data for this match. Okay, Braga Benfica. Sorry, I forgot to pull the data for this match, guys. So looking at their data here, we can see that Braga foot on the table, Benfica are second on the table. Benfica are second on the table. And now when we look at the head-to-head between these two teams, we can see here that Benfica has always been dominating. They've had a 3% win record against Braga. And now we look at the current form here, we can see that Braga, their last five home matches, their last six home matches, they've won five times and drew once. And then when we look at Benfica away from home, we can see that Benfica are in such a fantastic form away from home. Their last six away matches, they won all six, as you can see. Now let's take a look at their standings on the table. Now looking at their standings on the table here, we can see that Benfica and Sporting CP are just on the same point, position one and two, right? So if Benfica wins today and score up to two or three more goals, they're going to win the title. So it's going to be a very tough match, but we expect Benfica to want to do everything possible here to ensure they get three maximum points. If they beat Benfica with three or more goals, they should be able to lift the title. So that's our prediction here is Benfica to win or draw a bet at 1.26 odds. Finally, for today, we have this one from the China Professional League. It's a game involving Shanghai Port and Shandong. My prediction here is over 2.5 goals at 1.32 odds. So, this game should produce lots of goals. Shanghai Port does lots of goals whenever they play at home. Shandong also score and consider lots of goals, and we should be able to have at least three goals here at 1.27. Looking at their data here, we can see that Shanghai Port are fourth on the table, Shandong are fifth on the table. And then we look at the head-to-head between these two teams, we can see that goals have always been produced, as you can see. Now, looking at their current form here, Shanghai Port, whenever they play at home, their last six home matches, they've won three times, drew once and lost two times. Now you can see that they've scored and conceded so many goals at home. Now looking at Shandong away from home, you can see here that their last five away matches, they've won three times, lost two times. And Shandong scores and concedes so many goals away from home. So we expect to see lots of goals on this match. These two teams are very good in scoring and conceding goals, and they should be able to produce an over 2.5 goals here at 1.32 odds. So guys, these are all the matches I have for you today with a total of 8.71 odds. Always remember to bet responsibly. Football can be very funny. Even with the best analysis, anything can still happen. So make sure you bet responsibly and do not forget to like this video, share and subscribe to this channel if you have not done so. Thank you so much guys. I'll see you again in my next video.